Hello, I'm going to do a review today for this album, Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds by Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds. It's their self-titled debut from 2011, their first album after the break, or Noel's first album after the breakup of Oasis. So yeah, I thought I'd do this one. It's the last one I've got left to do, and I was at Noel's concert last week, so I thought finish it off, get the three of them out the way. That's them all done now. Once I've finished this review, until whenever the next album comes out, which I'm starting to get a bit excited for now, even though it's probably another year and a half at least. Anyway, this album came out on the 17th of October 2011. It peaked at #1. It was on the Sour Mash label. It was produced by Dave Sardy, who produced the last two Oasis albums, Don't Believe the Truth and Dig Out Your Soul. So he went with Noel rather than with the other four to BDI. On the subject of BDI, Liam's band, Liam Gamandi and Chris Sharrock, their album came out in February of 2011, I believe. So they got quite a big head start on Noel. But this album was in a completely different league in terms of success. It topped the charts, and yeah, pretty much instantly, Noel went from playing theatres to arenas. BDI never got past theatres. So yeah, Noel definitely had more success with this album. And this decade's 2010 to the present day, which is 2018. There's still time, obviously, another 2 years, but does 2020 count? No, there's only this year, next year left. This album is the third best-selling, is it third or fourth? It's in the top 5 best-selling debut albums. I think it's third. Yeah, I'm 90% sure it's the third best-selling debut album of this decade. So to put that into context, Liam's debut album from last year is 9th, so this album I think sold 20,000 more copies in the first week than Liam's. So yeah, I don't compare Who Built the Moon to As You Were. I compare this album to Liam's first album, the two debuts, and I think this is the stronger album anyway. So oh, I've got it written down here. It is the third best-selling debut album of this decade. Should read me note. So Oasis obviously split in August of 2009 in Paris, and Noel went quiet for a year. He didn't really do anything. I think the first thing we really seen of him was in March of 2010 when he did the Teenage Cancer Trust with Gem. Despite the fact Gem was already in BDI recording, Gem and Noel stayed pretty good mates. So that was the first thing we've seen from Noel. No solo stuff was done, it's just Oasis songs he did. And then he went to LA, I believe, in about the summer of 2010. Got back with Dave Sardy and started working on this album. And it was done in complete secrecy until some band whose name has slipped me tweeted that that Noel Gallagher was recording the next studio to them. So then it got kind of leaked to the world that Noel was working on a solo album. It was a surprise, I know. But yeah. So, a lot of these songs are were quite well known before they came out. They'd been demoed for Oasis albums, some of them as far back as Heath and Chemistry. So yeah, it was nice to get these songs finally. And it's the first time since Be Here Now that we've had a complete album of just Noel Gallagher songs. So that was nice, some really good songs on here. But if you ever want to know what Oasis would have been like the next album, just take I'd say, there's 10 tracks on this album. I'd say take 7 of the songs off this album, 3-4 songs off BDI's first album. There's your next Oasis album. But yeah, I suppose I'll go into the track by track thing and stop rambling on. So it opens with Everybody's on the Run. This song dates back to 2009, I think, on the Dig Out Your Soul tour. Somewhere you can still find these online on YouTube. There was Noel was doing a sound check in South America, I think it was. I think it was in Brazil, but don't quote me on that. And he demoed this song, he played it, and it got put online. And well, obviously at the time everyone thought it was going to be an Oasis song, but and Noel probably thought when he was playing it there it would have been an Oasis song, which I imagine Liam would probably have sung this one anyway. But it ended up being the opening track of this album, and it is a really, really strong opening song with choirs and things. It just really sets the tone of the album and is one of the best. And after that it goes into Dream On, which is a song I kind of have overlooked until recently. I've really grown fond of this song. Yeah, it's a good tune. Noel did this live last week when I went to see him, and it was one of the best songs of the night, to be honest. Yeah, I really like this song. I think it's better live than on this record, but yeah, again, it's nice. I could have pictured Liam singing this one, but Noel still sings it well. After that, we've got If I Had a Gun. Classic. This is a really top song, possibly the best song that has been written this decade. It is a masterpiece of a song, this. Again, this song dates back to that sound check in South America on the last Oasis tour, and Noel played this song as well, but the words, both this song and Everybody's on the Run, the words weren't complete. But yeah, at the time Noel went around saying, at the time this album came out, If I Had a Gun must be the only song in history which had covers released online before the song had actually been recorded or written, even if he didn't finish writing it. But yeah, it's a really nice song. Again, he did this live the other night. A really nice song about his wife Sarah. Yeah, cool tune. And it was originally going to be the lead single off this album, but Noel decided against it because of the fact it was very Oasis-esque, this song. It sounds a bit Oasis, and he didn't want his lead single just to sound like an Oasis song. So instead, the next song was the lead single, the Deaf You. Hang on, if I had a gun, I've got that as well. Single. So the next tune is the lead single off the album, Deaf You and Me. I nearly forgot to show you these, which is that one. That's the lead single off the album. So this song, Noel has a habit with lead singles of picking potentially the most divisive songs off the album. This one was pretty far out for Noel at the time, when it was the only thing we heard, because it had a little brass section, and it was a bit, would you call it country? I don't know. And then same thing with Chasing Yesterday, in the Heat of the Moment was a bit hitty missy, and then Holy Mountain, After You Built the Moon, again a bit divisive. But all three songs are brilliant, and this song again is fantastic. Again, written about his wife Sarah. Some people did think it was about the breakup of Oasis at the time, but I do think it's about, it maybe is, it's maybe Noel talking about the period of the breakup of Oasis and him and Sarah running from people who could be the death of You and Me, i.e. Liam and all that rubbish that was going on at the end of Oasis. But yeah, it's a really nice tune. And after that we've got I Wanna Live in a Dream in My Record Machine. This song again dates back to Dig Out Your Soul. It was supposed to be on Dig Out Your Soul with Liam singing it, but he ran out of time to sing it. So yeah, never got done as a Oasis tune, and instead it got on here with Noel singing it. And this song was known before it was on this album, because demos had been leaked from, I think it was around Don't Believe the Truth period, of Noel playing this song and singing it, obviously. Again, it's a nice tune, really like this song. After that I've got AKA What a Life, probably the most famous song on this album, and there's a single of it, by the way. The most famous on this album. At the time it was the most far out thing he'd ever done. Dance music, he calls it. And it is probably the most famous High Flying Birds song. It's probably Noel's most famous post-Oasis song. I'm not saying it's his best, but it's definitely his most famous. I hear this one on the radio a lot at work. But yeah, I really like this song. Yeah, it's really catchy chorus, and even the verses are it's just a really catchy tune. After that we've got Soulja Boys and Jesus Freaks. This song might be, I don't know if it's supposed to be like a political song. It might be the only time Noel has ever done a political song, and I don't disagree with what this song is hinting at, that it's effectively saying all the problems in this world link back to Soulja Boys and Jesus Freaks, which is basically him saying war and religion are the biggest causes of problems in the world, which it's true. And the song is effectively saying lyrically that the government is constantly making excuses for these people who cause all the problems. And you know, I don't know if there's a little dig, I don't know if the line which one is it? My mind's gone blank. Oh, they go to heaven on the holidays. That could be a dig at religion and particularly terrorism. When we all know what it's all about, unfortunately. But yeah, I really like this song. It's kind of a bit like something the Kinks would do, I think. It does have a bit of a Kinks vibe to this song. It's a nice one. After that, I've got AKA Broken Arrow. Again, this one will be about Sarah. A really nice song, this. Yeah, it's probably is it the most soppy love song on it? No, it's not. It's not really a soppy love song like She Is Love, but yeah, it's a nice song, it's a nice sentiment. Yeah, I like the lyrics as well. After that, I got Stranded on the Wrong Beach. Pardon me. I really like this song. Again, it's very catchy on the chorus. And I wish you'd do this live. It's really nice live, this song. In fact, most of the songs on this album are good live. But yeah, that one is, again, particularly good. I think it's because the chorus is so catchy. And then the final track on the album is Stop the Clocks. Now, this song is quite well known in the Oasis fan base because it dates back to Heath and Chemistry. Noel I think it was always going to be Noel that would be singing this, but he got left off Heath and Chemistry because he didn't like the way he recorded it. So then on Don't Believe the Truth, again, they tried to record it, and it was supposed to go on, I think, as track 7, but instead Guess God Thinks I'm Able got put on instead in its place because Noel wasn't happy with the recording. So then in 2006, Oasis put out a compilation album called Stop the Clocks, so everybody thought, which was named after this song, so everyone thought, oh, it's finally going to be released on this album. It wasn't, again, it was left off. So then we had Dig Out Your Soul again. Everyone thought it was going to be on it. Believe they recorded it, but again, Noel wasn't happy with the recording, so it got left off again. So I think throughout the years, I think there's been 6 or 7 different times Oasis have recorded this, different versions, and every time Noel has hated it. So he decided on this album he'd give it one more go, and if it didn't work out, he would just forget about the song, it would never be released. And it did work out. And it's the only song off this album that's not been done live. This whole album got done live except this song on its supporting tour. And it's a shame because it's a nice song. I think like the anticipation and the hype build up to it was something that really made this song, because it's not the best song on the album. It's nice, I do like it, but it's definitely not the best. Was it worth the wait of nearly 10 years? Not really, but it's a nice tune, and it's a nice way to end the album. But yeah, that's it, his first album, debut. So this one with Oasis fans tends to be the most popular of Noel's 3 albums because it's the most Oasis sound one, I think. It's got the most Oasis vibe in it. And I love all 10 tracks. I know Stop the Clocks I've said I'm a bit nyeh with, but I still wouldn't skip it. I don't dislike it. To be honest, I do love it. I'm just trying to be a little bit critical. But yeah, all 10 tracks are brilliant. There's not one song I dislike. You know, and whilst I prefer Chasing Yesterday to this album, Chasing Yesterday, I'm not too fond of the song While the Song Remains the Same. Whereas this album, I like all of them. My second favourite High Flying Birds album, I'd rank them Chasing Yesterday, this one, and then Who Built the Moon. But I love all 3 of them. I'm not saying I hate Who Built the Moon, because I'm not one of those people who just slag it off for the hell of it. But I've rambled enough. This album gets a 10 out of 10. That is all the High Flying Birds albums reviewed. So I'll go back and do the Oasis ones I've got left to do, which I think is the first 4. I think I'll do Shoulder of Giants next at some point. So yeah, see you for that. Cheerio.